Boston Islamic Seminary. An idea, believe it or not, an idea started with a dream.
Because indeed, before we engage a single challenge or understand a single opportunity, we must first learn to dream. We also come today in a difficult environment to dream, but I invite you to dream nonetheless.
I think that because of the amount of challenges we have in the American Muslim community and in our ummah, there is a lot of attention given to the immediate needs.
31 years ago, we used to meet in one of the sisters' houses, one of the brothers' houses to do just, reciting Quran, know about the seerah, know about the Sahaba. And then we decided we need something bigger than a house.
We have built mosques, we have built Islamic schools, mostly elementary schools, a few high schools. But I think this is the next step that we really need to take as a community.
Lots of people, sometimes they have very good knowledge, Islamic knowledge or religious knowledge, but not really the knowledge of the society.
So what is next? Boston Islamic Seminary.
This task of giving meaning to that which is conveyed in the Quran and Sunnah, this is what we are called upon to do as the custodians of this tradition.
We see that the Prophet ﷺ here is teaching us through a meta moment that the idea of a seminary is to prepare workers, people who are willing to fix and provide solutions to problems in a community or in society.
Not just taking our children and sending them overseas, but rather creating higher institutions of learning right here in this land.
It's an urgent need of the community.
It is very critical for us as a community to find an amount of our attention to building the institutions that are not just solving today's problems, but are also solving tomorrow's and next year and 10 years and 20 years from today.
The question we have to answer is, if we don't build the seminary, who will?
But what are we actually doing? Do we have an offense? Do we have a defense? Do we have a playbook to navigate this challenging world?
Where are the leaders for these mosques going to come
About
from?
what's the right way to raise imams, chaplains, professionals, children, families with a connection to Islam and the reality, the ability to connect with the context that they live in.
It's also going to be women scholars who will be trained at this institution.
This is one of the most critical and most strategic projects in the history of Islam in America.
Allah will allow this religion to thrive regardless of whether or not we're on the train. So let's jump on the train, let's do the work that's required so that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala looks at us as servants who are pleasing to Him.
Now we're sort of reaching the point where it's not just their dedication and their manpower, but it's also we need financial resources to take this institution to the next level. Rasulullah have said that the best deed in the eyes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the one that is done on a consistent basis. And so just give whatever you can afford, $10, $20, $50, $100, a month. And if there are, mashallah, so many people in the community, that can add up.
So please, please, please support Boston Islamic Seminary. The Prophet ﷺ said, there are only 3 good types of people in the dunya. And this is in the Sahih. The student of knowledge, the teacher of knowledge, or the one who supports them. If you're students, mashallah, if you're teachers, mashallah, if you're neither of those, please elect to be a part of the 3rd category.